Hi, my name is Bethany, and welcome to episode 18 of The Library. I'm so glad you're here. Happy New Year! I hope that you and your family had a great holiday season. Mine was wonderful. It was so restful. I got to spend good quality time with my children. We watched a ton of movies. If you follow me on X, I kept a running list of the Christmas movies that we watched, which was quite hilarious because in the month of December, I literally think I watched more movies in that month than I did the entire year of 2025. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do like Christmas movies, and there are some Christmas movies that I'm like, we got to watch it every year. So it was really fun. I found some new favorites, um, new old favorites, I should say. So my kids love to watch Home Alone, of course, Home Alone 1 and 2. We do not claim Home Alone 3 because the original Kevin is not in that. And then, of course, they like Elf. Um, and then I always watch White Christmas. It's one of my favorites. But this year, for the first time in a really long time, we sat down and watched It's a Wonderful Life and the original Miracle on 34th Street. And guys, those are so good. Miracle on 34th Street might be my new favorite Christmas movie of all time. And it's black and white, but it was so good. It was so good. Anyways, so now we're back at the first of the year and we're ready to get started. As you can see, I am back in my library. It's not finished, but we are closer than we have been, which is so nice. The only thing that we have to do is, you'll see the lamp light here needs to be reinstalled. And they're going to do some touch-up paint on the shelves that they had to rebuild because of the water damage. And then we'll be able to clean all the shelves and move all the books back in here, which I'm very excited about because right now the books are taking up over half of my living room. It's a disaster, but it is what it is. And then we'll be able to move like the furniture back in here. Right now I'm just using a chair for my dining room. So it'll be nice. This is not just a place of like solitude for me. It's also like a working space as well. As you know, this is where I record majority of my content. But it's also just a nice, peaceful, like if I need to like take a deep breath, this is where I come and escape to. So I'm very glad that we're getting closer to the end of the water damage saga. But what a blessing, right? Okay, so it's a blessing that it's almost finished. Let me clarify that. I don't wish water damage on anyone. That was, gosh, this is just so traumatic. Anyways, I thought today would be a really fun day to start a mini series where we talk about the Christmas haul of books that we got for Christmas. And by we, I mean my children and I, because for every holiday, like if there's a gift giving holiday, primary Christmas, and their birthdays or I try to get them a book. Will they read it? I don't know. That's up to them. And then of course, I love to receive books as a gift. So I thought today we would do, I would show you the books that I got for Christmas. This year I decided that my children give me gifts and it's very precious and very sweet, but I wanted to, I bought gifts for myself and I wrapped them and I put them under the tree. And so these are the books that I wanted to receive for Christmas. And I did because I bought them. As always, if you are like, hey, I really like those books, if you go to my Amazon store link, which is always in the description, that is an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost you anything. You will see a list of all the books. I have them divided by books by each episode. And then if there's like a topic, I have it. Like, I think there's like a list of just Christmas books and Halloween books. But then I also have for every episode of my YouTube channel, there is the books that I mentioned in that video or on a different list. So it makes it really easy. It's very organized for you. So let's dive into this book haul and what I bought myself. Okay, so let's start with these first 3 books here. This is by Jesse Cole. And if you're not familiar with Jesse Cole, you know him. He's the Yellow Tux guy from the Savannah Bananas. And I love the Savannah Bananas. I think they're really fun, and it's a really fun-filled family way to spend an evening or an afternoon, to go to one of their activity or one of their events, one of their games. Savannah Bananas, the best way to describe it was probably like baseball adjacent or entertaining baseball. If you're going thinking you're going to a baseball game, traditional baseball game, you're not. You should go to the Braves game for that. But if you're going to go to a Savannah Bananas game, from the second you get to the gate of a Savannah Bananas, like you haven't even entered the stadium, and you are going to be entertained. And it's incredible, like the show they put on, and how they have thought through everything from the moment fans walk into the stadium until the moment they exit, is all very well thought out. And so Jesse Cole, who is, I think he's the owner of the Savannah Bananas, he has written several books, and I'm so fascinated by the way the Savannah Bananas work as an organization company that I wanted to read his books. So the first one is Find Your Yellow Tux. The second one is Fans First. This is their Savannah Bananas motto, which is it's always fans first. I love that. And then this is Banana Ball, the unbelievable true story of the Savannah Bananas. I am currently reading Find Your Yellow Tux. There's so many things about this book that I like so much. First of all, he's extremely well read. Jesse Cole is extremely well read. And at the end of every chapter, he references all these books throughout each chapter, and then he lists the books that he's mentioned in the chapter at the end of every chapter. I love that so much. And so instead of having an exhaustive list at the end of the book, and then you don't know where he referenced that in the book, he breaks it down per chapter, and he calls it the Yellow Tux bookshelf. And I love that so much. There's a lot of really good things. Like, I like how he's just talking about like pursuing your dreams and knowing your why and all these things that you see in self-help and business books, but he's really explaining it as someone who's actively running a business that's pretty unique, all things considered. So Jesse Cole, I was a fan before, but I'm an even more fan now. Okay. The next one is Sarah Adams is a romance author, and In Your Dreams is the last of her Rome, Kentucky series. I like Sarah Adams as an author. I like how she writes her stories, and this series has been so fun to read over the last few years as each book has come out. It's got quirky characters. The love story is really fun. There are all of these like pop culture references. So this is just I'm really looking forward to this. I have not started it, but I am really excited about it. Catherine Ray is another one of my favorite authors, and she wrote this called The English Masterpiece. But one of my most favorite books of hers is called Dear Mr. Knightley, which I have referenced before. And I just love it. Like, it's just such a cozy comfort read. I think this is more of like a mystery, which is still fun. The English Masterpiece. One of the things that Catherine Ray is really good at is referencing other books in her books. And I love that, as you can see from the Find Your Yellow Tux books. So I'm really excited about this one. I think it'll be really fun. It's not a very thick book, so it'll probably be like an afternoon read. Okay, and then C.S. Lewis was one of the most incredibly well-read individuals. There are literal book lists of the books that he read and referenced constantly, and it's extremely impressive. You know, that's what he did for fun, for his life, for work. He read and he taught about literature, and like, it's amazing. If you just look into his life as a reader, it's amazing. Okay, so I thought this would be a really good book. It's called From the Library of C.S. Lewis, Selections from Writers Who Influenced His Spiritual Journey, compiled by James Stuart Bell with Anthony P. Dawson. I'm very, very, very excited about this. It says they drew from Lewis's personal library, annotations, and references from his writings, and it includes 200 selections from literary giants such as Dante, Augustine, Chaucer, as well as more contemporary writers such as G.K. Chesterton, Dorothy Sayers, George MacDonald, and J.R.R. Tolkien. And so I just think this is really interesting because, especially with Tolkien and Lewis especially, they were such avid readers themselves that when we read the books that they read and the authors that they reference, we have a greater understanding of who they were as individuals and what and how those works influenced their writings and thus, influenced us. So I'm very excited about that. Okay. This next book is kind of different. It's like a coffee table book, but it's called Vintage Skiing. And I just thought it would be such a fun book to add to my Olympic books. It's nostalgic images from the golden age of skiing. And it's just beautiful. I mean, look how pretty that is. This is beautiful. So this is definitely going to be a book that, like, not necessarily one that you would like read like a novel or a nonfiction book, but I just thought it would be a fun way to kind of look into, to see like these images and the photography and the art within it, and just really be able to celebrate this. It says these pictures or this art are from one of the most famous ski photographers of that era, which is Ray Atkinson. I hope I'm saying his name, Atkinson, with more than 130 skiing photographs. It's stunning black and white. So I'm very much looking forward to displaying this book and sifting through it and seeing the treasures within. So that's what I got for Christmas. Good job. You did a good job. But I'd love to know what you got for Christmas, and especially if you got any books, please drop a comment and tell me. But maybe it's not books, and I would still like to know what was the highlight of your Christmas. So I look forward to seeing your comments, and in the meantime, keep reading.